I hate you. I hate you. Why can't you just get me out of this place? Why?
Facing my daughter's question, I couldn't argue back. I had won 3 consecutive professional boxing championships, but because of my career, my daughter lost her mother forever. I believe the best defense in the match was offense. My aggressive fighting style brought me countless victories, until I knocked out my opponent with one punch. The arena immediately erupted with cheers, but seeing the wounds all over my body, my wife couldn't feel happy. More than money, my wife wanted me safe and healthy. At a charity gala, I talked about how my wife and I met and fell in love, and thanked her for all her care and support over the years. My wife was moved to tears and the audience burst into applause. Right then, a man named Miguel suddenly challenged me. With my wife's persuasion, she pulled me toward the exit.
How about this? I'll take your bitch, then I'll take your belt.
No man could tolerate words like that, and even though my wife tried to stop me, I still rushed over and knocked Miguel to the ground with one punch. The whole place instantly broke into chaos. As we were brawling, a gunshot made us stop. I suddenly realized my wife was kneeling on the ground in pain. I rushed over and pressed on the wound, constantly trying to comfort her, but the blood kept flowing out, and eventually she lost her life completely. Because the scene was too chaotic, the police couldn't find any evidence. I couldn't accept this outcome, and I didn't know how to explain it to my daughter. Without my wife's guidance, I quickly burned through all my money. In the ring, I had no focus, letting my opponent punch me in the face again and again. Maybe only physical pain could cover up the pain in my heart. After a heavy punch, I lost the match. At the same time, I seemed to lose my mind and headbutted the referee to the ground. I was banned for a year and had to pay a huge penalty. My manager also chose to leave me. Under repeated psychological blows, I completely lost the will to live. But then the judge told me that because of bankruptcy, alcoholism, drunk driving, and attempted suicide, they determined I was unfit to be a guardian. They temporarily sent my daughter to a foster home, and only when I proved I had the ability to provide care could I reunite with her. I shouted angrily in court and even tried to attack the judge, which only proved that I was unfit to be a guardian. The police pinned me down on the table. To settle debts, they moved everything out of the house. What was once a happy home now felt so empty. For my daughter's sake, I had to make a change. I started new training, and this time I focused on defense. Nimble dodging could drain my opponent's stamina significantly, and I also learned that I could win matches without getting hurt. Time flew by, and a day ago my manager found me and told me he was now Miguel's manager. To make a lot of money, he wanted us to have a big showdown. To bring my daughter back as soon as possible, I had no choice but to agree. Next, I began strict training. The day of the fight came quickly.